Morning. So a few changes in my routine today, and I cleaned up my apartment last night. Very spick and span. Very happy about that. And I'm about to do some life satisfactory review. And this is something that I've been doing for a few years now. And for the survey in particular, it has evolved over the years. And lately I have been doing a survey once a month. So I'm on to November and I'm going to fill this out, feeling a little pep in my step. So I'm going to do that, and I'm reviewing some of my ballet specific goals. Now this is something that I wrote up actually in 2024, and this would have been around the springtime, so I wasn't anticipating all of these new changes, but it has actually helped me to propel some of those goals. And I just changed the years for some of these to 2025, 2026, and I'll give myself some grace in finishing those. And then for my personal goals, that is coming along nicely. I would say I'm finished half of those. I might be able to do maybe 4 or 5 more before the end of the year. And one thing that I'm also working on is a cognitive behavior therapy worksheet from my therapist that I worked with. And we're working on combating negative thoughts and negative thinking. And I'm on my last few stages with this in terms of not being so burnt out anymore. When I started this, I was at my score, I think, was about an 18, which is very high, but not the highest in terms of burnout. And now I'm at about a 5 or a 6. So a lot of progress has been made. And I find that without that help, all of that took me a good 2.5 years. And then when I started working with this person, everything accelerated because she gave me things to do every week. And it was almost like an intensive, like a burnout care intensive. And it's definitely something that I was not thinking of doing, but in hindsight, here we are, and life has changed quite drastically, and now I have to work with that. And lots of ballet available to me and dance stuff, and who knew? So the first sheet that I'll be working on for the week is on balanced eating, and this is something that I struggled with, especially if I didn't do my meal prepping. And I know that meal prepping is not just for my fitness goals, but also for my mental health in terms of, having things done at a certain time and making sure that I'm fueled for what I need to do during the day. And even for my writing, I find that my best writing days are when I have eaten balanced meals, especially meals high in, not necessarily high in fat, but with more of a fat content. And I need carbs for the days where I'm doing a lot of exercising, and protein for hunger reduction. So that is what I'm doing. And yes, I'm waking up at 5:30, but my sleep quality is so much better. And I'm really productive in the morning, like really productive. And it's almost scary. But this is a sheet that I'll be working on. And again, this is from the cognitive behavioral therapy session that I've been doing. And poor sleeping habits, of course, has been stemming from burnout. But this sheet is about, I'll be writing about what I've been doing during the day, and for every hour of sleep will be accounted for. And then I even have to track when I'm waking up randomly. So I'm very excited about this. And I'm actually going to do it because I've always heard, you should track your sleep. And that's one thing that I was never disciplined with doing for any sort of fitness or whatever goals. And yeah, even when I was living up where I was, I would say that I would be up around maybe 7 a.m. and I'd slop around with a 20-minute workout and get ready for the day, rush through a journal, and head to work. Whereas now I'm consistently waking up at 5:30, and I'm able to work on my things. And life looks very different now. So it's a 5:30 wake up, and I have about 3 hours before work. So I'm able to fit in quite a bit. And my splits are moving along quite nicely. And last night I did part of my beauty routine because certain things need to be done on a certain day, and you can't mix things like a scrub on the same day that you do a pour vacuum and things like that. So I cleaned my apartment and did part of my beauty routine, and I'll do the other part today. And then part 3 will be hair, and I'm going to do my nails. I haven't done my nails in months, so I'm very excited to do that. And that is my weekend. And I'm also going to a classical music Christmas concert, so that should be very exciting. And maybe I'll do a get ready with me video. Not sure what I'm going to wear, and I'm thinking of just walking. Mostly because finding parking is really annoying here. And yeah, so that is my day. And I haven't eaten breakfast or anything. I'll probably do that around maybe 10 or 11. But first, I need to get through some of this journaling and my life satisfaction survey, and then some exercising. So I've left out the progressive ballet technique exercises for now. And I'm really just focusing on my oversplits, and I need to get that before the end of this year. So I'll circle back around to the progressive ballet technique in about a week or two. And I'm also working on some very intensive kinds of stretching and yoga things. So yeah, so that is what I'm up to in terms of my dance goals and how I am including a whole life transformation to meet that goal. And yeah, so this is my little my little desk here in my bedroom that I'll be working towards doing some changes. And you know what? I think I also might set up my journal here as well. And I think I'm going to get a mirror. Sadly, I gave up a mirror a little bit before I moved because I wasn't really planning on having a vanity set up. So I'll need to get a new one and maybe something a little bit smaller than what I had. And I'll be setting up some makeup, and maybe I'll start doing my makeup at this desk here instead of in the bathroom rushing after work or before work. So those are some other changes that I'm thinking of doing. And if you like these videos that I'm uploading, please hit subscribe. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you later on. All right, so I just finished some of my journaling and reflection, and I actually read a devotional from Charles Spurgeon. It's called 40 Mornings and 40 Evenings. And I'm just sitting on my exercise mat, and I'm about to get a workout in, a very light one, and some stretching. So what I found yesterday is my hip flexors were a little sore from all of that pulling and that extra range of motion. I think my body was a little bit surprised, but I'm just working towards being able to melt in certain poses and get my flat and over splits. And so I'm right now working on 2 blocks. And if you haven't already, go and check out the 90-day splits challenge. And I am at about day 40 left in the for the rest of the year. And I haven't been super consistent with posting about it, only because sometimes in the mornings I'm just so not necessarily tired. My hair isn't even brushed, and my voice is still very sleepy and low. So I don't really feel like posting videos some days at 5:30 a.m. Or maybe what I should do is maybe I can just videotape what I'm doing and not talk at all. So, anywho, thanks for watching so far, and I'm going to do this workout here, and then I'll be getting ready for the day and working on a few things. It is a egg sandwich wrap, and let's just say that this one is a little on the side of like a breakfast sandwich, because I have, or maybe I can say that this is more of like a breakfast burger burrito without the beef. Anyways, so I have an egg, pickle, and I have sun-dried tomatoes and Greek yogurt for protein. And then I'm having my vitamins. I have a multivitamin probiotic from Plexus and a omega-3, vitamin D3, potassium and calcium. And I think the next one is I think that one might be my magnesium. And I'm going to have that with some mango juice. And I picked out mango juice the other day because I had a Thai dinner last night. So I wanted to be a little festive to celebrate, or what I thought would have been a celebration for Miss Universe. And yeah, so that is my breakfast. All right, so I finished my workout and my splits routine, and I'm finding that my left leg now is quite stiff in terms of my left splits. But I also took yesterday off, and this morning's workout was not very substantial, so that could be another reason. So I am just going to get myself ready in terms of a very late breakfast, and then I'm going to get to work on my projects. And for breakfast, I have something quite different. Hi, so this is my outfit for this evening. I'm just wearing a black set of black dress pants and a white tank top with a suede blazer that I never wear. The idea behind this outfit is just to be dressy, casual, and I didn't really want to wear anything super fancy, but I have on some earrings from my pageant days, and my hair is just down. I curled it a little bit, but it usually starts to go quite flat. And I also did not put any hairspray in, so that could be another factor. But I don't like putting as much hairspray anymore just because I know how much it damages my hair, and I'm really trying to work on that again. So, oh, and this ring. This is a garnet with a sterling silver band. And I actually got this ring when I was in Kamloops during my trips, during my time with the Red Cross. So has some sentimental meaning for me, and I'm just about ready to go. Almost at the venue here, and it looks fairly packed. I'm really glad that I did not drive because this looks pretty horrible. So headed inside, and it should be a very lovely night.